Hello, everyone, and welcome in live to Radio Row here at the Super Bowl. We're here in Los Angeles. First off, Matt, how are you doing today? You guys see my special guest in Baltimore. You guys know him very, very well.
I'm doing very well. How y'all doing?
So calm and casual. I like the bling. We have to check out the bling
Thank you.
factor.
This is Lil Judy. Yeah.
How was Vegas in the Pro Bowl? Tell us all about that experience.
It was very fun.
You guys got the win.
Yeah, we did. They had a lot of different things for us to do, but Vegas, food's great out there, shopping.
Yes.
And, definitely the nightlife. So,
and the nightlife is also fun. Well, DMV area obviously knows you well. You played a lot of time in Baltimore. One of my favorite things about you, body built by Taco Bell. I'm also somebody that loves Taco Bell.
Yeah.
You still eating Taco Bell in New England?
Yeah, I still eat Taco Bell. So it's from time to time. My body was already built. I'm a full grown.
It has to be, right?
Yeah. But I still love Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is very, very good. And somehow you have Taco Bell. How does your trainer take that?
I mean, it's a guilty pleasure, man. So he be saying, "Don't eat Taco Bell every day," but
you got to moderate it.
Right. Yeah.
And as we're talking about Baltimore, obviously Baltimore misses you. That defense misses you. Let's talk about your time with the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens we saw grow so closely. Lamar Jackson, that whole crew. The defense had always been very tight, but going to New England, I mean, what would you say to the fans in Baltimore that miss you?
I missed them too. I missed them too, but I think we all grew up together, and we all grew into our own.
Right.
And it was sad to leave, but I was already grown. I had to spread my wings, but I think they got a very good group of players still there, and I think as long as they got 8 under center, that it's going to be a promising season every year that he's there.
I'm glad you talked about number 8, Lamar Jackson. He's in the news a lot. And, a lot of people still bring up his name even after being injured. But let's talk about Lamar and hopefully put some respect on his name, Matt. What would you say people need to know about Lamar Jackson and what makes him such a great quarterback?
Just the competitor that he is,
right.
Man. He hate losing. He hate making mistakes. And he definitely take a lot of stuff personally.
Right.
And not like what the media say, but the way he plays.
Right.
The way he leads the team and stuff like that, and he wants to be that guy with the ball in his hand to make those plays. And so I think that Lamar has a bright future, and I think I don't think it's no cap on the potential that he has.
I agree with you. Like you said, no cap on the potential that he has. And also in Baltimore, John Harbaugh getting a contract extension. Would love to talk about your relationship with Coach Harbaugh.
It's a great relationship. I think he wanted me back. I wanted to be back. Right. It just didn't work out financially.
Yeah. Look, money speaks, man. Don't be ashamed.
And so, but him as a coach, he's a great coach, a great leader of men, and he understands kind of like what his team needs and what his just what the city needs sometimes, and just you can see it. He loves the game and he loves to be around his team. You can see it in the press conferences and when he mic'd up or wired. When you do get a look in at him, and you can just see how he loves to be around the guys.
Yeah, his passion with Coach Harbaugh. All right, so you spent a lot of time in Baltimore. What's the favorite food in Baltimore? What's the favorite spot, Matt?
We used to go to Jimmy's a lot.
So you like crab cakes?
Right, yes. But honestly, my favorite food is pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, or pizza or Mexican. But Jimmy's was a great space to be.
Can never go wrong with the Jimmy's crab cake. All right, now we've got you in New England. Let's talk about that transition. New England, you guys obviously turned the page, which was huge, right? So let's talk about New England, that defense, and what you guys are hoping to do. Hopefully next year, we'll see you guys hopefully in Arizona at the Super Bowl.
Right. So we just got to continue to build and play within ourselves and just be one. And so I think we were coming together and we were bonding and we're just working and we learning each other. We still kind of learning each other. Understand we was really only together for about like 6 months.
Right, it was short.
Throughout the season. That's about it. And so we still building something there, and so
it's special.
It's going to be really special.
Yeah, and as we're talking about New England, let's talk about the culture difference going from Baltimore to New England. Probably 2 different coaching styles, right? I'm sure New England probably a lot stricter. How do you adjust to that as a player?
You you understand the rules and you play by the rules.
Right.
So if it's a stricter culture or if it's not a stricter culture, that's what you got to do.
Right.
In the forefront, you have fun,
Right.
but it's still a business.
Yeah.
You know, you still have rules to abide by, and whatever the rules are, that's how you abide, and that's the game you play. You don't really make up your own rules.
Yeah, if only, right? If only.
Right.
And one of the things we got to say goodbye to two players. I first want to touch on Tom Brady. Many consider him to be the GOAT. You had a sack on him before he left. Let's just talk about what it's meant for you to play up against somebody so great like a TB12.
I believe I played against him 3 times.
Yeah.
I played against him 3 times, and it's just always respect playing against somebody like that, especially when you come up and you're watching him, and then you play against him. It's just respect, and he just probably the greatest to ever play the game, but just from what he does for the NFL,
right,
and for the franchise I now play for, it's just amazing to see from one person.
Yeah, from another. And then also Big Ben. Of course, we know the rivalry in Baltimore playing against the Steelers, but also Big Ben retiring. How did it feel to play against another great like him that played 18 seasons in the National Football League?
I mean, I got to play him. It seemed like almost every other week.
Yeah.
In Maryland. So, just watching what he done and it's just Big Ben was just a personality. It's just a character, his charisma, everything he did for the Steelers and the Rooney family and stuff like that. And he always carried himself very well.
Right.
But like saying bye to Big Ben, it's like saying bye to a college roommate you're never gonna see again.
You got to know him so well, playing in Baltimore. And you talked about the Rooney family. We know their impact with the Steelers organization. And I know this is your last interview, so I know you got to get out of here.
No,
but really quickly, I do want to talk with you about the Rooney Rule. And we're having a big conversation about diverse coaches in the National Football League. So as an African-American player, as a Black player, what do you think can be done as a player to hopefully get the coaching field more diverse?
I really don't know.
It's tough, right? It's a loaded question.
That's a smoking gun right now. So, honestly, we have a lot of Black players.
Mm-hmm.
We have abundance of Black players, and I think, some of those players, retired players, got to get into the sport.
Yeah.
I know Zachary Orr. He just got the linebackers coach at the Ravens.
Yeah.
When he was done, he came back to impart what he knows about the game from playing the game to the people that's playing the game now. And same thing with Coach Mayo.
Right.
And it's a lot of coaches or it's a lot of smart players that, once they're done, they get away from the game.
Like too much football, right?
Yeah. But then it's also a lot of players that have a lot of knowledge that could become coaches and work their way up the ranks.
Right.
So, it's kind of hand and fist. It's like, a lot of us are players.
Right.
And then we get away from the game. But we want to see ourselves more in the game as a leadership role. Yeah. And so it's kind of, it's kind of a tough stuff.
It's tough, but I appreciate you touching on that. I don't want to scare fans, but you after football, ever think about coaching, Matt?
That's a lot of hours, man. That's a lot of hours.
So enjoy Matt now because you might not see him on the coaching. But I so appreciate you joining me. I also want to shout out the Black Women's Health Imperative. It's the first and only national nonprofit, folks, focused solely on the health and wellness of Black women and girls. I think that's amazing. Working to provide 1 million life-saving screenings in the NFL season. And also watch the Praise Party with a Purpose. I like that. Praise Party with a Purpose. For more information, tune into the 23rd annual Gospel Celebration this Saturday night on Bounce TV, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, DC, folks. So not Pacific Standard Time, Eastern Time. Check your local listings and go to bwhi.org. Once again, Matt Judon joining me live right here on Listening with KNN, presented by Fox Sports Radio in Washington, DC.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Matt. It's so great having you.